Site takeoff. Site takeoff is under the wire and conduit takeoff heading. Now there's a couple of different types of things that might be entered in this part of the program. You could use this part of the program to enter site work related to landscaping or parking lot lighting. You could also use it to enter large feeders, underground utilities, and that kind of thing. I'm going to start with an entry for like some parking lot lighting. I'm not going to fill in the designation of the from and to for now, but I am going to select one of the saved assemblies. So I'm going to do 3/4 inch PVC with 4 number 10s. So that automatically fills in the conduit size and type, the number and type and size of wire. So let's say I've got a total of 500 feet. And that's a total of 10 runs. Again, maybe from parking lot pole to parking lot pole or from fixture to fixture. For the number of elbows, I need to put in the total. If I need 2 elbows for every run, I put a total of 20 here. I can select either PVC or rigid elbows. I'll leave it on PVC. The termination in this case is a terminal adapter and a lock nut, 2 per run. Now, if I wanted to enter trenching here for this parking lot lighting, I could click the tab for trench, go to the select items, trenching and excavation. We probably would use a ditch witch here. And I'm going to select 6 inches wide and 24 inches deep. The length here is going to be the total length I just entered a minute ago, the 500 feet. And we'll take that off. Just a quick note here. You'll notice on the audit trail that for that trenching, there's no price plugged in here. It's what we call open. It's going to prompt us later to put something in. I might want to put in some money to cover renting the equipment, or money to cover wear and tear, or if we own it, we may even leave that at 0. Or if we're going to sub it out, we may leave it at 0. But it does put the labor in to dig the ditch. Now, for utility conduits, let's say we've got a secondary feeder that's coming to the main switchboard from a transformer. So here we're going to go to the from to, and we're going to say from the transformer to MSB. Now this time we're going to use 2 conduits, and we're going to go to 4-inch conduit. We're going to leave this conduit selection on the PVC schedule 40, but you can see that you could also do schedule 80. You could use even rigid conduit or whatever happened to be the case. Now for the difficulty here, this would be an option to apply the parallel. By running 2 parallel conduits, and we're going to get a savings in labor because we're going to run those simultaneously. So this gives us a 20% reduction on the standard labor for the 4-inch PVC. So for wire here, let's put in 4 500s. If you were only doing the conduit, you could put a pole line down here instead of the wire up here. For the overall length, we're going to enter 80 feet. Now that's the distance from the transformer to the switchboard. We're running 2 conduits, 80 feet each. And we still call that 1 run. 1 run from the main switchboard to the transformer. Now for elbows, we're going to put in 2. 2 per conduit. And for the type of elbow, we're going to put in a 4-inch with a long radius, 48-inch radius PVC elbow. We don't need the support, although you could put in base spacers depending on the requirements. And then for the termination here, since we're stubbing up into a transformer and stubbing up into a switchboard, I would select a bell end. You might not need any type of termination here. Again, trenching might be appropriate here. There's a trench tab. We're going to hit select items, trenching and excavation. This time we'd probably use a backhoe. And we're going to go 24 inches wide and 48 inches deep, 2 feet wide and 4 foot deep. The quantity is this length of 80 feet. Another option here is to fill part of the trench with concrete. By going back 2 times, we can go to the folder for concrete, sand, and backfill. We'll use concrete, and we'll pick the 3,000 pound. So our length is 80 feet. Our width is 2 feet. Notice that this is for feet, not inches. And the depth, I would probably put in 1 foot. You don't need to normally fill the whole 4-foot trench with concrete, just enough to cover it. And then it calculates the cubic yards here. So when we're ready to complete the entry, we just hit F2 takeoff again. Makeup length, if I want 5 feet at each end, is 10. And hit OK. So just to summarize, the site module can be used to take off the smaller conduits, maybe for landscaping or parking lot lighting, as well as any type of a feeder or utility conduits.